Hey guys, it's Raychich and this is my Shockwave Totems Hierophant cheap Sanctum runner build. And when I say cheap, it doesn't mean it costs 1 divine, approximately it costs about 15 to 20 divines, which is very cheap for Sanctum runner with this playstyle and damage. In Sanctum, even without relics, you can farm about 6 divines an hour, so it's only like 2.5 hours and you will get your investments back and start earning even more currency with better relics with this build. In the background you will see how I pass the Sanctum. Sometimes I stop, but even with stops I pass it in about 15 minutes, which is very fast considering the budget, and I don't have a match blood, so yeah, keep it in mind. If you don't know how to farm Sanctum and actually don't know anything about this mechanic, I advise you to watch this video about it. And yeah, now about my Shockwave Totems Sanctum runner build. Let's start with items. Everything is very easy to buy in this build because almost every item is unique. One should be with +1 to all spell skill gems, spell damage, cast speed, crit multi and crit chance if you don't have 100% crit chance. Helmet is of course head shiver because we deal only cold damage here, and now it's very cheap helmet. Shield should be with socketed gems, have 30% increased reservation efficiency, it's very important mod here, and +1 to summon totems. Amulet should be allocated with charisma and it should be with a lot of dexterity and strength. Also +1 to level of all physical skill gems, or it can be just +1 to level of all skill gems. Body armor is the yellow modification, and about this body armor you can equip any gem in any socket. But when you equip your gem in red socket, they get +2 to their level, and when you equip your gem in green socket, they get +30% quality. So both gems and colors in this build, Shockwave Totems, multiple totems and empower we put into red sockets, and critical strike, critical damage and conk effect we put into green sockets. In this build we have two unique rings. The first one is Anathema, which is a super powerful ring that gives us almost unlimited curses. Like, it's unlimited, because we have 4 curses in this build and we have 5 power charges. So 3 of them are triggered by Granny's Brand, and punishment we cast for final boss only once and we cast it by ourselves. So the next ring is Astral Projector that gives Nova spells cast at the target location instead of around character. Our Shockwave Totems is a Nova skill, so it works perfectly, like you will one-shot guards and it will be much easier to target them. Glows are Hymn Sorrow for 100% physical to cold convert, as our Shockwave deals physical damage, so we need to convert it into cold, and this glows is the better choice here. Belt is Endless Anguish for brutal charges, and we have 4 brutal charges in this build, and now we have chance to deal triple damage, and it's really good. The last item is Boots, and it should be with as much as possible dexterity and strength, also any 1 resistance, what you need, and movement speed. You can also use some Eldritch embers for, or emblems, never mind, for movement or action speed, but I just don't care. If you want to be even faster, you can just use it, or you can not. Flask are Life Flask, Test of Hate, Quicksilver, Diamond, and a Dearest Promise. About arrows in this build, we have 6 arrows. Yeah, it's really a lot, but we have Eldritch Battery, so we have enough mana. We use Haste for speed, Hatred for cold damage, summon Scary Bots, with Bone Chill support for chilling enemies, Discipline for more energy shield, because we use it is mana with Eldritch Battery passive, and yeah, so our energy shield is our mana now. And Automation and use Kill Gem with no reservation. We use it with Steel Skin and it activates our Steel Skin every few seconds, just some defense against guards. And the last aura in this build is Zealotry. We use it with Divine Blessing, so it means we need to recast it every 11 seconds and it gives us more crit chance and it means more damage. Now about skill gems. I already talked about the Shockwave Totems and main support gems, so let's talk about the rest. Summon Scary Bots we use with Bone Chill, Arcanist Brand we use with Elemental Weakness, Frostbite and Assassin's Mark. These are 3 triggered courses, and Punishment Curse we use manually, but damage is still good even without this curse. So it only depends on your DPS. If you have enough damage you cannot use, but why not? It's like additional damage, so just use it, just 1 button. In Shield we have Discipline, Haste and Hatred, and we can afford it because Shield modifier for reservation. Next is Divine Blessing with Zealotry and Shield Charge, which you can use with faster attacks for more speed, but I just don't use it because I don't need it. Here we have Flame Dash and Automation with Steel Skin and increased duration. Everything is very simple. 4 courses is super strong against final floor bosses when you don't have enough damage to skip the phase, so with these courses you will do it. Now about my skill tree. Just copy it from Path of Building, yeah? And I will talk about something I think I should explain. The first is you should have Militant Phase Timeless Jewel converted by item Large Dominos with increased effect of non-curse aura per 10 devotion, and also it can be with increased totem damage. It depends on your budget. So the main thing that this unique jewel transforms this big passive here into an answer for spell damage for power charges, and yeah, scales our damage, so you should have exactly this passive here. Next is 2 large same class 2 jewels, just buy the same that I have, you can check in my pop of course. And about medium, we have 2 medium clusters, and one should be with pressure points and skill breaker for a chance to deal double damage and just for damage, and another one should be with ancestral reach and sleepless sentries for more totem damage and placement speeds, and onslaught effect. Actually, onslaught effect here is the most important. In this build we have Watcher's Eye, just buy something for damage like for hatred, haste or zealotry, and it depends on your budget. I personally have one for cold damage penetrate with a while affected by hatred, but you can buy something else. Next is the balance of Terror Jewel that gains 34% of physical damage as random elements if you have cast elemental weakness in the past 10 seconds, so it works only against floor bosses when we cast our Arcanist brand with courses, and we don't need it against guards, and if you don't have currency for this jewel, you can just not buy it. All the other raid jewels are just something for damage and resistances. You can check what I have in my pub and buy something like that. About playstyle in Sanctum, I don't know how to say it, but this build is actually the easiest, maybe the easiest Sanctum for this price. Sanctum Runner. You just need to use totems, and guards are frozen, so they will not attack you. Even if they will hit you 1 or 2 times, you will not die, because you have like 3000 health points. You will die only because of Lost Resolve, powerful guard skill or floor bosses. But playing this build is almost impossible to die because you have 6 Shockwave Totems and they have a really massive AoE. And when I say massive AoE, it means a really large area where they attack enemies. So it means when you are in trap room, I mean with this fucking fire hat, you can just spawn your 6 totems in the center and run around until guards die. In boss rooms, you just need to use your Arcanist brand, spam your 6 totems, use Banishment Curse, and you're done. That's all, yeah, you'll be fine, trust me. If you have never run Sanctum before, you may die due to lack of experience, you need to get so used to it. But it's really fast and easy. I farmed Sanctum a lot, last 3 leagues, and I know what I'm talking about. And this build is a really good build for this price, and you can upgrade this build very easy. Like with better Watcher's Eye, higher in power support level, rare jewels with a better damage, and yeah, so if you want to scale it, it's easy. It's all I wanted to say about this build, actually, guys. Shockwave Totems is very easy to get used to. You just use your totems, the enemies will be dead in just half a second, they will be frozen, so just run a couple of Sanctums and you will be good. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I really love this build and I hope you love it too. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and follow my Twitch, join to my Discord, and if you want to support me and get some features, you can sub me on Patreon or Twitch. It was Raychich as always, guys. Love Sanctum, love you all, bye.